This video will demonstrate how to adjust the spring load on the flapper of a Praher K4 swing check valve, and also how to replace a broken sight glass. So let's say you notice that your valve has a broken sight glass. Not to worry, the fluid running through the system cannot escape. The O-rings on the yellow position indicator pin will contain it. Remove what you can of the sight glass along with the springs. If you cannot remove it by hand, try using an adjustable wrench or socket. So in this case, my sight glass has been broken off. I'm going to remove it along with the springs. And as you can see, a portion of the sight glass has been stuck in the threaded portion of the body. To remove this, I'm going to use a 9mm socket. I've ground the ends down so it will bite into the plastic. You can also use a metal pipe. You just want to make sure that it's hollow so that the pin can slide up inside of it so you can get down all the way to the broken portion of the sight glass that you're going to be removing. So once I'm down there, I can just apply a little bit of pressure and I can back out the broken section of the sight glass. Once it's free, you want to make sure the threads are clean and you can reinstall the springs in the sight glass. If you don't require any springs, you can perform this while the pump is running. However, please note that the yellow pin will no longer function as a position indicator. For example, this check valve here doesn't have any springs installed, and the yellow pin, when at the first ridge of the sight glass, it shows that it's in the closed position. Now I'm just going to manually open the flapper, and you can see the pin rise, indicating that it's in the open position. Now that I'll let the flapper close, but you can see the pin stays in the upward position. That's because there's nothing in there pushing it back down, which is what the springs do. So if you're running a free flapping valve with no springs, just please note that the position indicator or the yellow pin will no longer work as a position indicator, because it will always show that it's in the open position even when the valve's closed. Okay, so if you're going to be adding springs, I recommend that the pump is shut off, just because it's very difficult to reinstall the sight glass. When the pump's on and the flapper's up, this puts a lot of pressure against the sight glass from the springs, just because the pin is raising the springs. So as you can see, if I want to screw this on, I'm going to have to overpower the spring tension. So if the pump's off, the flapper's down in the resting position, I can easily screw that into place by hand. So you just want to make sure it's snug all the way down. I didn't have to use a socket, a wrench. You definitely do not want to over tighten this. Remember that it's plastic. If you over tighten it, something will break. Also, I'm just going to go over the springs here. You can see there's two different sizes. The low tension on the skinny spring puts out 50 psi. The low tension on the fatter spring is 100 psi. Or you can combine the two for a total tension load of 150 psi. So you can adjust the low tension as needed simply by removing or adding the springs. I hope this video helps you make your spring adjustment go smoothly. Thank you.